Lass uns trinken auf ein ganz entspanntes Leben. Lass uns richten auf ein Leben ohne Regeln.
The first question, there is no biography of Lacrimosa or of Tilo Wolff that doesn't start by saying Tilo worked in a factory to gather resources to open his record label. But we really don't know which factory. There was even a post from you when you made a collaboration with TK Kim, and which is a factory or a warehouse, and you mentioned that place. Around these beginnings, let's say dark beginnings, in which there are also little information about your fanzine, your poetry, your writings in general, we are interested in knowing your past prior to glamour. What can Tilo Wolff tell us about that prior stage to art?
How much time do we have? So, because it's a big question. Please. By the way, the warehouse you see in the video, which you just mentioned, is not the warehouse I used to work. So actually, I started before I was working in a warehouse. I started working. What's it in English? I was a construction worker.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, not a professional, just doing jobs.
Carrying bricks.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I took every job to finance the studio. Because Switzerland's very expensive, and a day in a studio was like working a month to pay one day. So I had to take every job, and the interesting thing is like the gap between my daily work and then at nighttime composing music and trying to build up the record label and trying to find out what a record label is doing, because releasing a music tape that time, you couldn't just Google what to do, how to copy tapes and things like that. So I had to find it out, had to go to libraries to read and to see what.
Ask somebody dedicated to that in clubs or something.
Exactly.
Other DJs.
I remember I had there was a band playing which I liked really much, and I knew the bass player from Hello. So after the concert, I tried to get him, and then I have a question. Can you tell me, how did you do this album? How was it done? And he was like, what do you want from me?
Like these questions you got all day. It's weird.
So it was really weird and a strange time, because I had no idea how to do it and if I would ever achieve it. And but what I wanted to point out, the gap between the construction working and factory working and being creative, being kind of trying to be artistical, that was actually a big part of maybe my personality, or it fits to my personality, and which is also reflected in Lacrimosa, because Lacrimosa is you always have those two extreme sides. For example, the hard guitars and the emotional melodies and lyrics, which come together. So always in my life, and it started already there, I always had the two extremes combined, and somehow it's got to be like this.
Okay. Thank you very much.